Let's take a look at example 6 now. This is relatively straightforward and just testing how well you recall the various relationships. Which of the following is a no arbitrage condition? The correct answer is B, the only one that is a no arbitrage condition or one that holds because of arbitrage is covered interest rate parity. Here the forward rate is determined based on the interest rates, and if the forward rate is anything other than what is computed using this formula, then there is an arbitrage opportunity. So real interest rate parity, what is this? This is simply saying that the real interest rates in different countries are equal. Now that is a model, or that is a statement. It doesn't necessarily hold. Uncovered interest rate parity, this deals with expected spot rates, and that doesn't necessarily hold. Forward rates are unbiased predictors of future spot rates. Future spot rates is the expected spot rates in the future. If two parity conditions hold, which of the following is not one of these conditions? The correct answer is actually A. Real interest rate parity says that the real interest rates are the same in two different countries. Whether or not this holds does not impact the statement over here. For forward rates to be an unbiased predictor of expected spot rates in the future, then both covered interest rate parity and uncovered interest rate parity need to hold. Next point. The international Fisher effect requires all but which of the following to hold? So, international Fisher effect. What does international Fisher effect require? It clearly requires that there is real interest rate parity. As we saw in the previous example, the real interest rate needs to be the same in the two different countries. Then you are left with either this needs to hold or this needs to hold. Ex ante purchasing power parity deals with inflation rate differentials, more specifically the differential between expected inflation rate. That needs to hold. Absolute PPP does not need to hold according to the international Fisher effect, right? So all but which of the following need to hold? Again, this is a complicated way of saying which of the following does not need to hold. So the correct answer is B. 4. The forward premium or discount is determined by nominal interest rate differentials because of which model? The Fisher effect, covered interest rate parity, or real interest rate parity? Okay, now this is again testing a very basic concept. Your forward rate is the spot rate, and then it's based on 1 plus interest rate in the price currency, 1 plus interest rate in the base currency. So what is this model called? This is your covered interest rate parity. Next question. If all of the key international parity conditions held at all times, then the expected percentage change in the spot exchange rate would equal all except which of the following? So we are saying all the key international parity conditions hold. So the uncovered interest rate parity holds, the covered parity holds, relative version of the PPP holds, and the international Fisher effect holds. Then what can we say? Then the expected percentage change in spot would equal the real yield spread, the nominal yield spread, or the expected inflation spread. Now let's work backwards. If PPP holds, then this percentage change would be equal to the expected inflation spread. True. Would it be equal to the nominal yield spread? What is the nominal yield spread? It is the difference between the interest rates between the two countries. So this is also a true statement, and these two are therefore false. What about A? The real yield spread. If all the conditions hold, and one of those conditions is real interest rate parity, then what is the real yield spread? The real yield spread is the difference between the real interest rates, which is zero. So that would be zero regardless. Therefore, A is the correct answer, because if conditions hold, then the real yield spread is zero no matter what. Okay, again, notice that these questions are not that difficult, but they require you to have a basic understanding of all the relationships.